All right, so this is the experience I was looking for in the first place. So I'm back again with another Skullcandy Aviator 900 update. For those that have been keeping track, for those that haven't, basically a couple weeks ago, I ran across these earbuds on social media. They caught my attention so much, I went to Best Buy that same day. I picked up a pair and I made just like an unboxing and first impressions video, and I really wanted to like the headphones, but I was having issues with distortion and also the spatial audio wasn't working properly. A couple days after posting that video, Skullcandy actually reached out to me and said that, hey, basically there's a firmware issue with a batch of the headphones that went out. So, the experience that you had, we were able to recreate that with our engineers and we're going to fix it. At that point, I had already returned the headphones and I told them if they want to send me another pair, I'll be more than happy to make a follow-up video. And that's what we're doing right here in this video. And so this video is not sponsored. They did give me a free pair of headphones, but I mean, I've been getting free stuff for years, so that's not really anything significant. As soon as I got the headphones, I took them out of the box and I opened up the Skullcandy app and there was a firmware update waiting. I immediately updated the firmware and then went to testing them out, queued up some of my favorite songs and, gave them a listen, and they sounded how they're supposed to sound. There was no distortion. Also, the spatial audio feature works perfectly now. So I was able to experiment with that. And I was really able to appreciate these headphones for what they are. So let me just talk about some of the things that I like. Number one, I like the look and the design of the headphones. I talked about that in the other videos as well, but they're just different from most of the headphones, most of the popular headphones that we see. And I know these are kind of like a long-awaited follow-up to a previous pair of Aviator headphones that came out from Skullcandy like years ago. Personally, I never had those headphones, so for some people, these have a little bit of nostalgia to them. For me, like I said, I just like the look. They're different. They're also super lightweight. They're comfortable. They swivel. They fold. When you have them on your head and you take them and put them around your neck to rest them, you can flip them down. You can flip them up, whatever is more comfortable for you. So in terms of like comfort and portability, they have a lot going for them. Another thing I really like is the button layout. Initially, I thought the scroll wheel on the left was the volume adjustment, but it's actually not. It's the ambient sound control. And I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've used a pair of headphones with that type of control for your ambient sound, but it's really, really quick and easy to get to the mode that you want. So for noise cancellation, you just scroll all the way to the top and then it stops. So that's how you know. And then for off, you just scroll to the middle. And then for transparency mode, you just scroll all the way down. And again, it stops once you get all the way down. So that's just an easy way to know which mode you're in. So again, I don't mind that at all. It's super quick and fast, depending on your environment or wherever you are. If you're changing environments, you can just reach up there and quickly make the necessary adjustments. I also like this custom button. So by default, it controls your EQ, which is really, really cool. There's not a whole lot of headphones that allow you to make EQ changes directly from the headphones. So you can cycle through the preset EQ, and if you set a custom EQ, you can cycle through that as well, which is really, really nice. Again, just convenient. And then you have the joystick for your track controls, which works as you would expect. You flick it forward to change songs, flick it backward to go back to the previous song, go up to change your volume, down to change your volume, and then you press it for play and pause. And then you have that little small display. It doesn't do a whole lot. When I saw the ad on Instagram, I wasn't sure what it would do, but it definitely piqued my interest. But really all it does is kind of show you your volume level if you're adjusting that. It'll also show you like when it's in play or when it's in pause. It'll also show you the battery level when you're charging it. So it doesn't really do much. It's not like you can really see the display when you're wearing the headphones anyway, but at the same time, it is, it's a nice touch. And then there's the sound quality. So like I said, the first time around, I was experiencing distortion, especially when it came to like bass heavy songs. But with this pair, after the firmware update, I can confidently say that problem has been resolved. I've been able to enjoy what these have to offer in terms of sound. They don't give you Skullcandy Crusher level bass if that's what you're looking for, but at the same time, these are not lacking bass whatsoever. It's very tight, it's controlled, it's punchy. So you get a very full sound. It's just not that head rattling sensory bass of the Crushers. And then as far as like, the clarity, the definition, I think these are very well balanced, especially when you use the default EQ settings that they have to offer. Typically, I go with the bass boost. I think that's what sounds the best. The music option also sounds really good. And it's almost like these have two different sound settings in a way, because you use the default EQ options that they give you. Everything's very well controlled. Even when you crank up the volume, nothing gets jarring or piercing or anything like that. But then when you switch over to the custom EQ, you can go in there and you can go crazy. Even if you don't make any adjustments within the custom EQ, the volume jumps up tremendously. So if you're a volume junkie, you just love blasting your eardrums, with your favorite music at the highest volumes, you can easily just switch things over into custom mode. You can also bring out a ton of definition if you want. These can get very, very bright if that's what you want. Personally, I think it can be a bit much, but hey, they give you that discretion. You can go in there and you can really tweak things exactly how you want it to sound. And then you have the noise cancellation. Personally, I think the noise cancellation is solid. Is it up there with Sony, Bose, Apple? It's not quite on that level, but at the same time, you got to consider the price point. These are $300, which is pricey, but it's not $550. It's not $450 like the new XM6. So you're talking, well over $100 price difference. Whether or not that bump in noise cancellation performance is worth that money, it depends on who you ask, but for what you're paying, I do think you're getting your money's worth in terms of noise cancellation. And for most people, I think it's going to be more than enough. All right, so of course, we have to check out the microphones. This should give you a general idea as to how you would sound in just a everyday, casual, outdoor environment. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So just to bring everything full circle, I like the headphones. They're different. They sound great. And to me, they're just a fun pair of headphones. Like I said, it's a nice change of pace compared to what we're used to seeing. If you're interested in these, if you watch the other videos, I think it's safe to say that Skullcandy kind of figured things out as far as the issues that were there. So yeah, if you want to check them out, I'll put the link in the description. Aside from that, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.